it's like this dream where you sit and you dream about it and you're like, holy moly, I did it. And sometimes, even when you do it, you still have your full-time job because you can't afford to live off these things. Like a lot of times people think you can just start a business and all of a sudden, like the money's flowing, waterfalls of money. There's no waterfalls of money, guys. It's not even a drip. That tap is dry. It was closed up. That reservoir doesn't work anymore. Because when you have your own business, you find that it drains money more than it makes money. I had one store that just said, when you start bottling, we'll start stocking. And I literally started like that. One store said they were starting to. The day I put that product in the store, I took my profile, my personal profile, and I separated the business from the personal, because I think that that's important. A lot of people can mesh both together. I do talk about my businesses in my profile, but I keep my business profile separate because it's also good for stockers. It's good for people to kind of see that stuff. And the minute I started it, I wanted to make sure that I really did it well. So if I put it in a store, I needed it to look like a product that should be on a shelf. And because I loved making mocktails, I think it helps when you have a passion. Like I didn't go from, I love showing people all my food and everything, and then all of a sudden I'm selling, I don't know, computer parts. I kept within my passion to harness that part of it. And I think that's helped my brand, or anybody who's starting a brand. That's what you build on. You build on what you love and what you're passionate about. And that's sort of where Fehmz Mocktails came about and has its own little life of its own now. And there's a couple of reasons why I keep those kind of things separate to my personal side, because I feel like when you have a business, you should be able to package it and say, this is my little business package. If you want to buy it, you should be able to buy it. I mean, we all need to have some kind of plan, a bigger plan of where things are going to go. You know, I think that when you're a small business, it's your personality inevitably is part of that business. But it's important also to not feel as if you need to be cold and you only need to push the business side. People love to relate to something. I think that the interesting thing is that when you have a business, there's a reason you started the business. And if people understand the reason you started the business, what you're gaining is you're gaining support. You're actually gaining more than support. You're gaining loyalty. And I think that when you have a brand, it's important to share what you went through. And I think you're not looking to buy pity. You're not looking to buy, you're just telling your truth. And there's nothing wrong with telling your truth. There are going to be people out there who are going to say, oh, this person, she's just buying pity. She wants everybody to feel sorry for her so that she can do well in her business. Actually, it's not true. A lot of people relate to how hard you work. We all know, we go to movies, we watch the movies, and then we wait for the credits to pass because we normally know there's outtakes there. Because everybody wants to know what goes into making where you got to. And it's important for you to share that story, because if you share that story, people gain an understanding. I use social media, right, to advertise Fehmz Mocktails, and one of our newest ventures was Halal Goods Market, right? I use social media to advertise most of it, but with Fehmz Mocktails, I still do print. I print posters that need to go up at our stockers because people need to see it. But if you're building just your brand as a whole, don't think at any given moment that only social media is enough. It's not enough. That is just one of the avenues where you can get your product out there known. Only one. There's a lot of others. Look for them. They're there. People are watching TVs doing adverts all the time. Yes, people are watching Facebook, but I mean, paid content is there. Don't underestimate the power of a flyer. You know, don't underestimate the power of somebody meeting you at a place and talking about your product. Really, it actually has a massive difference to how your business works. When people meet SMEs, they understand who the person is behind the brand. It's important. if I didn't have some kind of expertise behind me, I wouldn't have been able to do what I do. It helps that my background started in exhibition design. My very first job, I worked in an exhibition design company. I know what expos look like. I know the behind the scenes of what, and it's funny, like all that experience 20 years later comes into play, because now I'm like, I can use what I learned and mesh what I love, which is the food, and what I've learned together and develop something that's amazing. And the fact that, it's how do they say, it's like when you go full circle, right? When I started working in government, I learned about how important our economy is, local economy is, how important small business, the economy of small businesses, and how they contribute to the economy is. So I took that, and I took the experience in exhibition design, and I took the love for food, and I went, and halal goods market came around. It's scary, hey? But it's amazing. Like when you see your stuff, I walk into a store and I see my stuff on the shelf, and I'm like, wow, it's there. Or like I walk into the market, and we can't please everybody. We're only 2 years old. We don't get everything perfect. We still make mistakes. But there's times when you walk around, you're like, wow, this happened. People came. They loved it. And when people love it, you feel like, I did something good, Even when you're still broke afterwards. Just makes you happy. Hopefully one day that happiness will turn into waterfalls of money. Not, but